Hello everyone, this is Professor Albert Nigrin. I'm the Executive Director and the Curator of the New Jersey Film Festival, and we're celebrating our 45th anniversary this fall. We have a terrific lineup of films from all over the world, and we'll be screening them from September 4th through October 4th on weekends, on select weekends, at Rutgers University, as well as online video on demand. I'll give you more information about that at the end of the program. We have a wonderful filmmaking or a filmmaker series that we're doing where we interview the filmmakers that are showing their movies at our festival. And today we have two wonderful people here who made an amazing thriller, an indie thriller called Your Lips Never Left Mine. And we have director and writer Matthew Kozlark, as well as Felicia Ricci, who's the producer, editor, and sound designer. And as I found out just chatting with these guys, they've been together making films now for a while, and this is their baby that was made with a lot of family members.
Right.
Yeah. And so tell us, how did it all come about though?
Yeah, so we so I had the idea for the script maybe in like September 2021, and during COVID, so I wrote that. And then in like 2023 I started it again, and then in 2024 we Felicia and I revised it, and then, yeah.
So, but it's shot in, I wrote it down, Rock Hill, New York. Where is that?
So that's in the Catskills.
Oh.
That's a family house of mine. My parents had the house, and
It's beautiful.
yeah.
I mean, and it's set near a lake.
Yeah.
And it's very pastoral, and yet there's all sorts of stuff that's going on in your movie. Do you want to give us the tagline for your film?
Sure.
You want me to take it away?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, so it's a mystery thriller set in the idyllic kind of Catskills at this lake house property. And the plot is a young woman is hired as a summer tutor for a troubled young man named Connor. And she quickly starts to realize that there's more hidden beneath the surface than was let on initially. So she's starting to uncover that darkness, and you as the audience watch it unravel and try to understand kind of what's going on. But yeah, so we filmed it all in 14 days on this single location.
And there's lots of crazy shots, underwater shots, drone shots.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like the camera work, and I'll ask you about that later, but I absolutely love Cassandra Du. She plays Lara, she's the lead, and Theodore Dalton as a young man plays Connor. He's really great too. But you also have Jennifer McCabe as Beth, and you have Maceo Oliver as Alexi. How did you get all of these people together to make the film? Did you do casting calls?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we did some cold emails out through IMDb and Backstage.
We held a casting call on Backstage that was like kind of just, we got about 800 submissions.
Right.
And we just did it ourselves. We didn't hire a casting team or anything. We wrote up the breakdowns, we did the sides. And then, yeah, I guess Cassandra, who's our lead,
Right.
Jennifer McCabe, who's also a lead role. Was there anyone else that I did on IMDb?
Well, no.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. And then, oh, yeah. So anyway, I basically searched far and wide for people who may be local to Hudson Valley. And I cold emailed them and said, hi, like, I know you don't know me, but would you be willing to read for this role? And we ended up casting it that way. So
Very cool.
Yeah.
And how long did that process take? Was it labor intensive?
It was usually a month.
Yeah, it was like March 2024.
Yeah.
And was most of it done on Zoom, or?
Yes.
And then did they come in to do in-person auditions as well?
Yeah, so the only person...
We met with Cass out in LA because we were out in LA. And so we did like an in-person callback with her.
Cool.
Everybody else was on Zoom.
So was she the first one that you hired? Or?
I think that
Jen was.
Was Jen the first person we hired? So Jennifer, who plays Beth,
Mom, yeah.
we actually hired her just off of her reel.
Wow.
Because we thought it was so strong.
Yeah.
And I don't know, we just had to kind of go with our gut because, I don't know, we kind of had limited resources. We couldn't fly people in or anything like this. So.
Yeah, but your film looks like millions of dollars, you know, and I think
Thank
that
you.
you should be very proud. It's a wonderful indie thriller, as I mentioned to you. And I did not see the film when it was being judged. And after I watched it, I said, you know, my jury is really great. I don't agree with them all the time, but I think 95% of the time they get it right. You know, it's an imprecise process when you're jurying works for the festival. And I think we got over 400 for this particular one, and it's very competitive. And, you know, somebody loves a film, somebody doesn't love a film. You know, it can tank the prospects, but the ones that kind of by committee are seen as good or great, those are the ones that we end up showing.
Yeah.
So you should be very proud that we selected your film. Can you tell me also a little bit? Can you tell me also a little bit about the handheld camera work too, and how difficult was it to shoot at night?
Oh, I mean the night, there are all sorts of aspects. There's, you know, there's like the neighbors. There's also, you know, the lighting. Yeah, I mean so like the night, that handheld. So which one?
Oh, handheld was the majority of our
that's
approach.
Primarily because I always tell my students handheld camera work means that there's some kind of tension and disorder, and you get that right from the start, that there's something amiss in the story.
Yeah.
Because she comes to tutor Connor, and you get the sense that there's something going on with the two parents as well.
Yeah.
And little is revealed initially, but you get the vibe right away that there's some discontent.
That was intentional.
Yeah, we wanted some of the tracking on the lawn initially, just to familiarize the audience with the entire space over like the first 10 minutes or so.
Were there any things that you changed once you wrote the script and you saw what you had in terms of actors?
It's interesting.
Not the script itself, the edit. We found some stuff in the edit. But in terms of the script, no. Yeah. Well, actually, I mean, the way I'd scripted originally, it was bigger, so I had to kind of slim it down for our purposes.
Yeah.
So I took some things out.
I mean, but the shots, like, I love the shot that you guys use in your publicity stills with Lara in the water at a dramatic moment. And I wondered how you did that shot. Is that a drone shot also?
That's a drone going up.
And that was at night though, right? Or
so it looks at night, but
so
it was day. But the water is so dark. And I don't know how I guess our cinematographer figured out how to make it look ominous like that. And I guess through the color grade, we also kind of saturated it a little bit. But yeah, drone,
GoPro.
handheld, GoPro.
Oh,
so
GoPro.
the underwater was...
The underwater stuff.
Yeah, if you check out like our Instagram or something, you can see some behind the scenes of like, we were all in swimsuits and like, so our cinematographer was, I think he was just like diving. Yeah, he was just diving in, doing underwater shots.
Yeah.
So those were our main, we had a Sony FX6, a drone, and then a GoPro, and those were our main cameras.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And then the prime lenses, the Cook primes.
Yeah, we used
were very
Cook
nice.
prime lenses, which I think gave it a nice, I don't know, elevated feel.
So, but you did the sound design, and the sound design is a character in itself.
Thank you. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So the sound design was definitely, honestly, one of my favorite aspects. I have a background in music and singing. I'm very, I don't know, I sort of interpret the world through sound. So it kind of felt natural. But after we finished the edit, basically almost every sound you hear is from a Foley library.
Wow.
So it's almost all, so I didn't actually physically, and for those who don't know.
So it's a found sound soundtrack.
So some of it comes from set, and then we would use that, the production sound, but a lot of it is, you know, the rustling of, let's say, a curtain. I would
Very
just
cool.
find so I did all that myself. And then the score was just an original score that Matt helped me develop. I came up with some musical themes for that, and then used primarily an auditory landscape that was modern feeling because we didn't have an actual orchestra. So I had to use more modern sounds.
Very cool. Were there any difficulties in the making of the film? Any stories about?
I mean, the hardest day
production?
was anytime we were out on the water. So we had like multiple boats out there with like cameras.
The ear.
Yeah, our actor had an ear infection.
Oh my God.
So couldn't really submerge.
Yeah.
We had to,
So we had to kind of cut around
it.
But it all worked out.
Weather.
Yeah, the weather. It's up in the Catskills, so it's it's raining.
I mean, you shot in the
sometimes.
summertime,
Yeah,
obviously.
right around now.
And we lost power one day.
The generator came.
There was
back
a
on.
generator.
Yeah.
We had a generator, so it was fine. But it was sort of, honestly, like, it was pretty good.
It was very lucky. Yeah.
It was very lucky.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. We didn't have any disasters.
Well, it's a wonderful film, and folks, you absolutely should come and see this film. It's called Your Lips Never Left Mine. It's got a prime spot on our calendar because it's the festival opener, and that will be on Friday, September 4th, and it's available at 7 o'clock in Voorhees Hall, which is on the Rutgers University campus. We're a block away from the New Brunswick train station at 71 Hamilton Street in New Brunswick, New Jersey. That show's at 7. These guys will be there to do a Q&A, and so you can meet them yourself and ask them other questions you might have after you get to see their film. Or you can choose to watch it at home. It's available online for 24 hours on that day, starting at 12 o'clock midnight, and it'll play till 11:59 p.m. that day. Let's say you want to start watching it at 10 o'clock at night or 10:45 and you don't have enough time to watch it. That's okay. Once you start watching on that 24-hour cycle, you still have another 24 hours to finish it. So it's a really great thing. We have a number of patrons who watch the film during the day and then come to interact with you in the evening.
Cool.
And it's really wonderful. We do have some cinephiles that do come to our screenings, which is a wonderful thing. A general admission is $15. It's $10 for students if you come to the in-person screening. I want to thank you both for coming, and we look forward to seeing you at the screening.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, wow. It's beautiful.
Get the breezes coming in off the lake.
You must be Laura.
You must be Beth.
So nice to finally meet you in person.
I love the house.
We try. It's my favorite place in the world.
So beautiful up here.
Oh, isn't it? So nice in the summer. Heavenly.
Connor, Laura's downstairs. She would love to meet you. Sorry, that's just Connor being Connor.
Oh, he's shy around strangers. That'll go away in a day or two, once you guys start working together.
Sounds good. It was great to finally meet you in person.
So great having you on board. Good night.
Good night.
It was the summer. Your lips never left mine. Out on the water at the break of day. They had the color and the taste of wine. Your lips never left mine.